A very good evening. What we are going to do today? Today we are going to talk about little, a little, few, a few, and if the time permits, then we will be also talking about some and any. Okay. So before starting with this exercise, I will brief you about what's little, a little, few, a few. Okay. But before that, can any one of you tell me what's the difference when it comes to little, a little, few, a few?
So when we talk about the quantity, so there is a little is quantity which is less than little. So very minute quantity I can say, and few when there is a number somewhere. So in the same way, a few is if number is very small, but it is countable. So a few we can use it.
Okay. Jyotsna?
Yes, sir. Same. Like a few means it's a very it's a countable, and if something very less, few means we didn't have actual the count. Something was there. I think the same with a little and a little too.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you, if we talk about little and a little or few, a few, the only difference when it comes, first you have to understand what's the difference in few and little. Okay. So the only difference is if we talk about little and few, little is used for uncountable noun. Okay. And few is used for countable nouns. Okay. You have to remember that few is used for plural countable noun. Okay. And a little is used for, little or a little is used for uncountable nouns. This is the first difference. Few or a few for countable noun, little or a little for uncountable noun. Okay.
Yes,
If we
sir.
talk about what's the difference, why we put this a, okay, what difference does it make? Okay. So if we talk about little and a little, when you are saying little, it basically means not enough. When you are saying few, it basically means not enough. Okay. And when you say a little or a few, it doesn't tell you about is it enough or not. It only tells you that it is available in less quantity. I'll repeat again. If we talk about little and few, they tell us that the quantity which is available is not enough. And if we talk about a little and a few, they only tell us one thing: whatever the quantity you may be talking about, it is in some amount or not. Can you understand this?
Yes, sir. We can understand.
Okay. It is in less amount, you can say. Okay. Okay. So we will start here. First, we will start with Varun, and then it will be your turn, Jyotsna ma'am. Okay. And then we will continue with the same time. Yeah. So Varun, first one.
So we must be quick. We have a few time. We have a little time. We have a few time. We have a little time.
We have a little time, or we have little time,
A
or
little,
we
a
have
little time.
a little time. Why
Yeah,
we are
because
saying a little time?
because it's a quick. We have to work as a quick manner.
Okay. Jyotsna ma'am, a
Yes,
little
sir.
or little, few a few. What we will use here?
A little, sir.
A little.
Because
Okay.
we don't
See,
have enough time.
okay. So I think you misinterpreted or you did not listen what I told. See, if we talk about little, little and few denote not enough. A little and a few denote some. So here we are saying we must be quick. We have dash
Little time.
time. So when we try to be quick, when we don't have enough time, right? Then only we try to rush. Okay. So it means what we will use here, we will use we have little time. Little time means
Little.
we have
Okay.
not enough time. Is it
Okay.
clear?
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Clear.
Both of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Next one, Jyotsna ma'am.
Sir, listen carefully. I'm going to give you a little advice.
A little advice.
Few
Okay.
advice.
Why we are using here a little advice? Because I'm going to give you some advice. Okay.
Some
It may
advice.
be enough for you. It may not be enough for you. It's up to you. But I'm going to give you some advice. Okay.
So here, why few is not used? Because few advice will be in a number like 1, 2, 3
No.
advice.
Advice is more like uncountable. You can, for example, let's say I gave you a statement. Okay, I just told one thing to you, but from there you understood so many things. Okay. So
Okay.
advice is uncountable noun. Okay.
Okay.
That's why it is here. It is singular. Okay. We can only use few or a few with plural countable nouns. Always remember that. Okay. These
Mm.
concepts, little, a little, few, a few, some, any, they don't apply to singular. Okay. But this tension is not there when we are talking about uncountable. Why? Because it is always in one form. It is neither singular. We can say it is all in general plural. Okay. So that's why whenever we talk about little, a little, few, a few, they have no relation with singular. Okay. But one has relation with uncountable, so there we don't have any tension. But when we talk about few or a few, you have to see very carefully that wherever you are using few or a few, you are using it in plural quantity. If you are using it in singular quantity, it is wrong. Okay. We will proceed and you will understand. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, next one, Varun.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? I ask you a few questions.
I ask you
Few
a
questions.
few
Few
questions. Why
questions.
a few
Yeah.
questions? Because I ask you some questions. Now here you can see that
Mm.
we have questions.
Mm.
First of all, questions is plural, and second thing, it
Yeah.
is countable. Okay. So
Mm.
if
Mm.
if I ask you dash question, so there you will say if I ask you a question, you will not say few a few. There's no concept of few a few. Then the concept will come of a or an. Okay. So whenever it
Mm.
is plural and countable, then only you can go with few or a few. Okay. Jyotsna ma'am?
Okay, sir. This town is not a very interesting place to visit. Few, very few tourists come here.
Very good.
Very
Very
few.
few tourists. Okay. It means that not enough tourists come here. Okay. Because it is not an interesting place. That's why not enough tourists come here. Good. Varun, next one.
So I don't think Jill would be a good teacher. She has got patience. She has got good, not good teaching, and not. She has got little patience.
Very good. Okay. Your reasoning is also correct and your answer is also correct. Okay. She
Yeah.
has got little patience. Little patience. It means she has got not enough patience. Okay. That's why
Yeah.
she is never going to be a good teacher. Okay. Jyotsna ma'am, next one.
Would you like milk in your coffee? Yes, please. A few.
Milk. Milk is
Yes, sir. Milk is uncountable, right? So a
yeah.
little,
With uncountable, what we use?
a little. Is that
Yeah.
fine, sir?
Yes, please. A little. It means yes,
Yeah.
please. Some.
Would you
Okay.
like would you like milk in your coffee? Yes, please, a little.
Very good. Okay. Yes. Varun, next one.
7. This is a very boring place to live. There is a this is a very boring place. There is a little to do.
There
Means
is
very
a
small thing
little
to
to
do. A little, why a little to do.
okay. But if you are saying here, this is a very boring place to live. Okay. So you are referring the negative context of it. Okay. So you will say
Yeah.
there's little to do. Okay. It means there's not enough to do. That's why it is boring. If you had more things to do, okay, so it won't be a boring place. Okay. So you have to
Okay.
basically
Okay.
focus
Okay. I
on
missed
what
it.
your
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
statement is referring. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
ever go to Atlantic City? Yes, I go there few times every year.
Few or a few?
Few,
I
sir.
go
Few
there.
times every year.
Okay.
Do you ever go
Varun,
to?
what's
Yeah,
your
go
answer?
there
Few or a few?
So, do you ever go to Atlantic City? Yes, I go there
few
few
times.
times every year. Yeah, few times. Yeah,
See,
few
here
times
the
every year.
sense of the sentence is positive. Do you ever, here
Hmm.
we are not concerned about if you go enough times or not. Okay. Basically, you are saying, yes, I go there sometimes. Okay, every year. You are not saying I don't go there enough times. Okay, what you are saying here is, do you ever go to temple? Yes, I go
Sometimes.
a few times to the temple. A few times to the temple, it means that yes, I go there sometimes. Okay. But if you say,
Hmm.
yes, I go there few times, it means that you don't go enough. But here in your first statement, it is not saying anything like that. So what you will say? Yes, I
A
go
few.
there a few times. Okay, it means I go there sometimes every year. Okay, this was the first concept that we talked about. Okay, I have told you, like in second exercise, you can see what are four options that we have: a, an, some, and any. Okay, so a and an where you will use for singular countable noun. A and an you will use for singular countable noun. Some and any where you will use for plural. Okay, that's one thing. Can anyone of you tell me what's the difference when it comes to some and any?
So again, some is somewhere where
Countable, sir.
quantity,
It's a
yes,
some
uncountable.
mm. Any
Uncountable means
means
some, any means there is number 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Okay, see, this is easier to that. Okay, don't worry about that. Here you don't have that concept. Okay, you can use, you have to remember a few things I'm going to tell you. Okay, I'll repeat it quite many times so that it is in your head. Some is used in positive statement. This is our first sentence. What is first rule? Some is used in positive statement. Okay, second is any is used in negative statement and questions. I'll repeat again. First rule is some is used in positive statements. Second rule is any is used in negative statements and questions. These are two rules. These are the basic things. We have one exception to this rule. What is exception? Some can be used in questions if you are offering something to someone or asking for something. Okay, so basically we use any in questions. Okay, but there is one exception, that whenever you are offering something to someone or asking for something from some, you will use some. Otherwise, in all cases, okay, what you will be using? You will be using any. Is it clear? I'll repeat again. Some is
Yeah,
used in
please.
positive statement. This is clear, right?
Yes, yes.
Any is used in negative statement. This is also clear. No confusion at all in these two. Third
yes,
is
sir.
any is used in questions. This is something you have to remember. Any is used in all questions except where you are offering something to someone or asking for something. In these two types of questions only, you have to use some. In all other types of questions, you have to use any. Okay. Next, what you have to remember, like I told you, you use some and any with uncountable nouns. That is one thing. And plural countable nouns. So it is not like one is used with uncountable and other is used with countable. No, it is not like that. You can use both of them with countable and uncountable. But you have to always remember, if it is countable, it should be plural. If it is uncountable, there's no doubt about singular or plural. Okay. I'll repeat whole of this, whatever I told again, so that it is clear to you. Some is used in positive, any is used in negative. Any is used in all types of questions except for offering something to someone and asking for something. In these two types of question, we use some. Next rule is we use some and any in all uncountable nouns and plural countable nouns. What does it mean? We cannot use some or any with singular countable nouns. You will get to understand it in better way by solving this exercise. Okay. So first we will start with Varun. Yeah, Varun, first one.
So are there some computer in the library? Are there any computer? Any
Are
will
there
be
any computers in the library? Why you are using here any? Because here, first
because
of
it's
all,
a
it is
question.
computers. Okay, first you
Yeah,
have to tell me it is singular or plural. It is computers, it means it
computers.
is plural. Second thing, it
Yeah.
is question, basic question. It is not that you are offering something or asking for something. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Next one.
Are there any ripe cherries on the tree?
Very good. Are there any ripe cherries? Ripe cherries is plural. And second thing, it is a basic question. If the statement was, can you give me, listen carefully, both of you, can you give me dash ripe cherries? Can you give me dash ripe cherries? What will be
Some
the answer?
cherries.
Some,
Some,
Can
some
you
sir.
give
because
me some
they
ripe
are
Some
cherries?
requesting
cherries.
for something.
Yeah, because I'm requesting for something. Very good. You got the concept. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Third one. Varun,
Excuse me, is this English apple or French apple?
you have to answer
They
only this
require
first statement.
ex,
Okay.
yeah, excuse me, is this some English apple or some French?
You can also use a and an, some or any. You
Mm,
have four options here to use.
okay, excuse me, is this English apple? Yeah, yeah, an English. Is this an English apple? Yeah, a French apple. And
Okay.
a.
Yeah. Why we are using an? Because English apple is singular. Okay. Why
Yeah,
we are using the a? Because French apple is singular. Okay. That's
yeah.
the concept. Okay. Yeah. Jyotsna ma'am.
Actually, it's South African. We haven't got any French or English apples today.
Very good. Why we are using here any? Because first of all, it is apples. Second, it is haven't. Okay, negative statement. Okay, so in negative statement, if it is plural countable nouns, we use any. Varun, next one.
So is there lake in the middle of the London? Is there any lake in the middle of lake? Is there a lake in the middle? Is there a lake in the middle of London?
Very good. Okay, first you were making the mistake, but you corrected yourself. Okay, is
Okay.
there any? If you say okay, is a singular, lake is singular. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's why you cannot use here any. We all make this mistake. This is a statement everyone makes mistake here when we are speaking. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. If you are starting your statement with is, you will not use there
Any.
in. Okay, if the statement was are there dash lakes in the middle of London, are there dash lakes in the middle of London, what will you use? You will use any. Are there any lakes in the middle of London? But our statement is there, so we will use a lake in the middle of London. Okay, Jyotsna ma'am, next one.
Oh, these ships are horrible. There isn't um, any salt, isn't
There isn't any salt on them.
any
Why
salt
any?
on them.
Because salt is uncountable. So there's no question of singular or plural. Okay. Isn't. Okay. We are using is not. Always remember that uncountable nouns are referred with singular. Okay. So we
Okay.
are saying there isn't any salt on them. Okay.
Well, there
Varun?
is, yeah, where
Mhm.
there is some in pot. Well, there is a some in pot over there.
Yeah. Why we are using, though we are using here
Was,
is, but still we are saying some because we are referring to salt in this statement and salt is
yeah.
uncountable. Okay. Yeah. Josna, ma'am, next one.
Uh, there is, which one
No,
is
no.
here? There is,
There are
okay, sir.
ninth one.
Yeah, there are dash people at the bus stop. There are some people at the bus stop.
Very good. Okay. There are some people at the bus stop. Positive statement, plural, countable. Now, okay. Yeah. Varun.
So there is a bridge over the river.
Okay. A bridge because we are talking about singular, countable.
Hmm.
Now, okay.
There is
Josna,
some milk in the bottle.
some milk in the bottle. Milk,
Some,
uncountable. That's why we are
some.
using here some. Okay.
Some.
Varun,
There is a big airport in Holland.
there's a big airport because we are referring to a singular airport. Yes, ma'am. Last one.
There isn't any furniture at home.
Okay. Why we are using it? This one is a bit tricky or confusing, we can say. Some people say there isn't a furniture at home. Okay. But furniture, if we talk about, is it countable or uncountable? Tell me.
Uncountable.
Uncountable, sir.
Okay. Furniture is always taken as uncountable. Always remember that. If the statement, the right statement here will be there isn't any furniture at home. Why any? Because it is uncountable and it is negative. First part. If the statement was there isn't dash chair at home, there isn't dash chair at home, what will you use?
Any, there isn't any chair at home.
Varun?
A chair.
There isn't. a chair at home. Why a chair at home? It is similar to the question, is there dash lake in middle of London? Is there a lake in middle of London? Okay. So if the statement is there isn't a chair at home. Why a chair?
Okay.
Because chair is singular countable
Okay.
now. But if we talk
Okay.
about furniture, furniture is uncountable now. Okay. So this
Okay.
plays a very important role if the thing is countable or uncountable. Okay. Sometimes people are confused to understand this part. Okay. So this was
Okay, sir.
about our today's class. I hope it was interesting, first part. And secondly, you understood whatever we discussed. Okay. I'll be uploading
Yeah.
this lesson as well so that you can revise this concept and understand it in better. Okay.
Okay,
So we'll
sir.
conclude for
Okay.
today.
Yeah, thank
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
guys. Have a good night.
Good night.